After a tense week for city officials, we now know the wording that will be on the November ballot. This is for the vote on the future of the Minneapolis Police Department. Fox 9's Babs Santos joins us now live from the newsroom to break down the latest developments. Babs?
Well, Karen, this was an interesting situation to watch. More than a dozen people trying to come to a single agreement, and all on a very tight deadline. So, as you can imagine, it was not easy. This spring, community leaders garnered thousands of signatures on a petition calling for the reimagination of public safety in Minneapolis. Now, the Minneapolis City Council plans to leave it in the hands of voters this November, with a question on the ballot asking if voters support replacing the police department with the Department of Public Safety.
We have to have the ballot language submitted to the Hennepin County Auditor, Elections Division, no later than 11:59 p.m.
The council approved language for the ballot with only hours to spare on Friday. But Mayor Jacob Fry vetoed the approval, saying it left out important details about the changes, like the removal of the police chief, removal of mandatory staffing minimums for police officers, and having the department report to the entire city council, rather than just the mayor.
I believe we should be telling the truth, and we should be fully transparent with voters on what they are voting on this very critical question.
A vote to override the veto came one person short, so council members revised the wording of the question.
Let's tell people what this actually is. If we don't, I'm wondering what you're afraid of.
Still, some raised concerns that the city attorney apparently had yet to vet the new language.
But I appreciate the work being done on this compromise language, but it doesn't seem like it's ready yet, and I don't support it.
The meeting got heated at points, with council members calling for an end to personal attacks against one another.
It's created this really negative, toxic culture at City Hall, and I think the public's sick of it.
Eventually, revised wording for the question was approved, but again, Mayor Fry did not waver.
We value transparency, we value honesty, we value inclusivity. I do not feel that those measures were met today through the language that was proposed, and that's why I vetoed it.
In another vote, the council moved to override his veto 9-4. Now, after all of that, here is the final wording that voters can expect to see come November. Shall the Minneapolis City Charter be amended to strike and replace the police department with a Department of Public Safety, which could include licensed peace officers, if necessary, with administrative authority to be consistent with other city departments to fulfill its responsibilities for public safety. And again, it will not include the explanatory note that Mayor Fry was pushing for. Live in the newsroom, Babs Santos, Fox 9.